Hey y'all, Matt here with Bobcat Bonsai, and today we're going to repot a Trident maple and a Dawn Redwood. We're not going to be putting these in any bonsai pots, so my plan is to actually get the Trident maple into a bigger pot because I want it to stay nice and healthy for the roots, because I'm going to end up air layering off of it. As we all know, I like small trees, and this one's sitting rather tall right now. I think it's about 12 inches tall, much taller than I would like it. So I'm gonna put it in a big old pot like this. As you can see, fairly large pot here, and that way it stays healthy and grows strong because it has some good roots to just keep growing with. So that's what we're gonna do with that one. Then our Dawn Redwood right here, a little bit smaller, we're just going to put into an air pot, let it build itself up, get nice strong, and my hopes are that it takes off like most of them I've seen and just gets some massive growth to it. And then I want to try some air layers off of a Dawn Redwood, see how successful I can be with that, and if not, oh well, we're going to end up cutting those off anyway. So let's get to it. Alright, so let's start out super easy here and just grab up our Dawn Redwood. Wow. Maybe I should have looked a little closer at these roots here. Okay, so I'm going to end up trimming off some of these roots. Yes, most definitely we'll have to trim some of those off. Looks like somebody was not prepared for this very well. So I'm just going to do just a little bit of knockback here just to see exactly where we are at for the top layer of roots. Alright. Starting to get, okay. There we go. So now we're starting to see some growth down in here. I wonder if this one was grown from an air layer. Kinda looks like it a little bit. So we're gonna knock off some of this. I know we don't want to do too much root movement this time of year, but this thing has a lot of roots and I really want to figure out exactly what's going on right here. Like, this is a big old bulge going on. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh man. That slight concern may have just become a reality. So, we have a big question here, friends. This root is coming down, back up, and choking itself out. That's not good. That is not good at all. Yeah, it's right up in there choking itself out. So we have a really big decision to make right now. And that is, do I cut this and lose all of these roots? And normally, whereas I would say no, I think in this situation we actually really need to. I think that we will be hurting the tree if we do not stop this from wrapping itself around, because there's no way I can get it to come undone. We have a pretty good root right here as well, though, that I'm hoping does pretty good. And even that one, it's part of this piece that's wrapped around, so I can't afford to get rid of both of those at this right now. But we need to figure something out here, and I am concerned. Give me a minute to think about it. I'll be right back with you. All right, so I've really thought about it, and I just don't see a better option right now than to just get rid of this root altogether. So I'm going to cut, and we're going to lose all of this. For the time being, I'm going to leave where it's slightly wrapped here, I think. Or maybe we'll just see what we can come up with from just... because we really need to get this separated back and away from it. Okay. So as you can see here, it was really just smashing in here. But I really can't. I can't take any more off. If I take this off, I'm losing this big root, and I'm going to start to lose a lot of these other roots. So we're just going to pot it back up like this, and really just hope for the best is all we can do now. So let me get this all cleaned up a little bit, and then I'll be back with you when we do the pot up. All right, so I got a little bit of soil put into my little air pot here. I went through and I just kind of like, it was been awfully boring for you guys to watch, but I actually went through and with the very tip of here was actually weaving roots back out from amongst each other to try to just get more of a radial pattern to pop out of here. Once I can begin to get more roots back through here, I'm gonna have to come up and cut this entire section out, and we're basically just gonna at one point be starting completely over. But that's okay, because that is just part of this game, right? We work hard, and our hard work, and when we share the trees that we care, they then see that it's worth the fight, to keep fighting for us, to stay alive. So all I'm going to do for now is just get these roots wired down in here so that they can grow. Wired, planted. I'm going to get the roots planted down in there so they can grow better. Man, all kinds of stuff just fell down in my soil I keep. That's just not awesome for anybody involved, is it? Hey, you know what I probably should have done before I trimmed those roots off the top? Probably should have exposed the entire root base and seen what I was getting myself into. But no point in looking at the past when all we can truly do is focus on the future. Am I right? So for the time being, I'm just going to come in here. Don't mind this super sweet wiring technique that I'm about to show you. Yes, look at that. So now we got that great little connection set right there. I'm just going to cut the wire because there's really no point in doing it the way that I just did, but I did it anyway. So I'm actually going to come in here and come in through here at the same time. So all we're doing here is just bracing the tree. It's not pretty, and that's okay. I'm good with it. As long as this little tree is going to be happy and it does great, that's all I care about. It doesn't even have to do great. As long as it's happy, that's honestly all I care about. On to the next one. Okay. Let's see what's going on down here on the Trident. So we have some very, very thick roots on here too. Let's see what we have up here at the top as far as the trunk line goes. Okay, so we have a decent amount of trunk that's down below the soil. And then here's the beginning of the Nabari. Beautiful. Okay, so that's where we wanted to get down to. Nip that one. I actually kind of like that one, so we're gonna leave it. Nip that little guy there. Nip that little guy there. Okay. Now comes the question of what exactly do we have going on where here? I'm more interested in keeping the little feeder roots than these bigger roots here, so as long as we have the Nabari running strong there. Like, this is just a mess right here. Alright, so since I want to get a cutting off of this one, I'm going to take an initial cut and just drop this whole section right here. I'm going to get rid of that whole section. The rest of it I'm going to leave alone for now. Because I do want to try to run that air layer off of it. So with that being the case, we're gonna basically leave all the rest of this root. This little guy, I'm just gonna, for the most part, just take the soil that came with it. And mix it with just a little bit of my chunkier stuff here. Now from here, I just have to keep reminding myself, we're only doing this for the air layer. And then for good root growth, we are going to make sure that we stabilize this in place. In order to do that, I'm going to need to poke a little hole here. So I'm going to poke one hole here, one hole here, one here, and oh, I poked two holes at the same time there. Okay, so we got that all split out. Let's just grab some wire. Sorry, I thought this was just going to be a quick little video, and then things got a little bit crazy on me, so you got stuck with a long video. Alright, so I honestly think that this one's going to end up getting cut all the way back down to here and growing off. So I'm thinking my air layer is going to end up happening right around this intersection or this intersection. Not for certain now, right now. Alright, so let's give you a little look here. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's going to be a beautiful Trident maple, or a beautiful 2, or maybe a beautiful 3 Trident maples. I need to clean my tools. Made an absolute mess of them. And then here's our little, let me move the Trident maple. Here's our little Dawn Redwood. And hopefully this one turns around and has a speedy recovery and does great things with its life. I'd be super pumped about that as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, because that will help me out greatly and I will greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy my content and you don't mind, could you subscribe to my channel, because that also helps me out, and it'll also give you an easy way to find my content every time it gets released. And if you really enjoy my content, hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.